Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to share my August 2024 works in progress. I did a little research and I actually haven't shared a works in progress video or post with you since May. It has been a busy summer as we did all things for our Raspberry Summer collection. So I'm really excited to be kind of back in my groove, my regular kind of sewing groove, and I have a lot of things to share with you today. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is my new Scrappy Trip quilt. And I've actually had some emails and I've seen some comments on YouTube and on my blog. When are you going to share your progress? When are you going to share your progress? And I did share with you the tutorial on our YouTube channel and made this block, and then I got so busy that I sort of forgot about this for a while. I was going to try to do a block a day for the whole summer, but anyway, I'm back at it now. And so what I've been doing is a lot of these strip sets do have Raspberry Summer in them, but I've tried to mix them with Laguna Sunrise and some Strawberry Lemonade. And so what I have been doing is just cutting my scraps and taking strips from my scrap bin into 16 to 18 inch lengths. And I've been actually leaving those strips on this design board by my sewing machine. So whenever I get extra time or I'm starting or ending a project, I can sew these together. So I've got several strip sets ready to be made into blocks and just kind of all over the place on fabrics. Really excited about this. Can't wait to start getting these cut up and sewn into blocks. I did want to show you because I don't think I showed it on the other video, but if you iron the strip sets like this, then when you put them together in your block, your seams should all nest. And I just can't remember if I showed that in that video, but I have been making sure to iron them all like that because that means they're going down, up, down, up, down. And then when you adjust everything, I think I'll be good with this ironing. But anyway, so yeah, I've got these 4 ready to go, and I don't have any strips laid out right now. So probably what I'll do next is cut these and lay them out on this board so that they're ready to sew into blocks. And then I'll start going again with the strips. But yes, I am working on this again and I'm super excited about it. I just don't know if I will make it into a king size anymore because I did make my Blockheads 5 into a king size quilt. And speaking of Blockheads 5, yes, I did finish that. We shared a few pictures of it on the podcast recently. I'm going to have Billy put some pictures up right now while I'm talking about it. I decided to make it into a king size quilt, and I did use this Dresden cheater print to substitute for a lot of my 6-inch blocks. You can actually fussy cut this fabric so that the entire Dresden shows. And if you look at some of the pictures that Billy's putting up, you'll be able to see that. It saved me a lot of time because otherwise I would have needed to make a lot more 6-inch finished blocks. But it really enabled me to get that king size quilt that I had been wanting to make for quite a long time. And I did share a PDF with what I did for that setting, and that's free also. All the blockheads patterns are free. I've received a lot of questions since I had it on my blog and the podcast about people wanting to know if they can still get those blockheads patterns. And yes, they're all still available for free. So, and my final post where I wrapped everything up for this quilt actually has links to all of those patterns. So we'll be sure to put that up as well. Something else I made that I don't think I've shared this anywhere yet was I just wanted to make a simple little 4th of July runner. I just did some 8-inch sawtooth stars and put some little sashing in and a border. These are all with our Raspberry Summer fabrics, and I just wanted to show how easy it was to make something patriotic, red, white, and blue with this collection. So this isn't a pattern or anything. I just made it and used it around the 4th of July in our home. Okay, let's see. This one is a table runner. Sometimes when we share a collection. I like to show shops and quilters all the different color variations that you can do. And sometimes I just kind of play around with it for fun. And so this one, I just took the teals and the aquas, and I kind of wanted a pop of that yellow in there in the middle, and and the navy, and just kind of made this table runner just to kind of play with these color combinations. This table runner is actually included in the updated version of my Weekender pattern, which was a pattern from our Harper's Garden collection a few years ago. And as I've been updating some of my older patterns, I've kind of added table runners or a different size in. So there's actually a full-size quilt in this pattern as well. And I did use the Dresden fabric for the backing. Again, I just have loved it. I mean, this could even be a table runner like this just by itself. I especially have loved using the 60-inch wide Dresden cheater for backings for table runners because I never have to piece them. I don't really make table runners very often that are longer than 60 inches, so I've just really enjoyed being able to use this fabric. Okay, this next one is a really old work in progress. I've shared about this many times before. I'm super close to finishing. These are my village houses, and I've been making these since we started designing fabric. So all 20 of our collections are represented in here. The pattern used to be a pattern for sale by Carrie Nelson, but now it is free. I'll give you a download link if you don't have it. And years ago, the Stitch Supply Co. did a little sew along. I wasn't able to keep up, but I did download their printable way back in the day, and I'm almost done. I actually have 25 more blocks to make. I thought I was done, but then I realized I had made some of the blocks the roofs the wrong size. So getting closer, but let me just show you the blocks with Raspberry Summer. I just had a lot of fun using my scraps and making these blocks. So I've got 8 with Raspberry Summer. And then I also have 4 with Laguna Sunrise. So, and you can tell that I did them 4 at a time because I used the 4 at a time method for the roofs, which saves you a lot of time. And a tip on that also is that, and the pattern's free, so I can give you this measurement, but you can use the Ultimate Flying Geese tool. It has the size on here for these roofs, and you can use the 4 at a time method with this ruler. So that's what I've been doing, and I actually did all 12 of these kind of in one day, and it didn't even take very long. I just made the roofs. And I've got a few roofs in here, so I think I'm actually gonna just make some new ones, and I should get this done really, really quickly. But a lot of you have asked for an update on this, and I'm getting there. So I thought I was there, but a few more blocks and I'll be there. Okay, next, this is my Heart of the Home quilt. You might remember that my original Heart of the Home quilt was pieced in our Strawberry Lemonade collection and was on the cover of American Patchwork and Quilting. And they hosted a sew-along back starting in February, I think. And I shared a video, and I shared 3 different blog posts with tips and things to help everyone along in that sew-along. And I got all the way to the point where I think I had one of my blocks made, but everything else was cut out and ready to sew. And then our Raspberry Summer fabric arrived. And no, I think it was our Laguna Sunrise fabric that arrived. And I started just having to work on that. And then really there was almost no break when our Raspberry Summer fabric arrived. So anyway, after I finished all the Raspberry Summer projects, I went and got this finished, and I'm super excited. I did a 9-block wall hanging, and I just did kind of the same layout as in my larger quilt, the star and the hearts and the houses, and then 2 stars and a heart. And so all of the fabrics on the front of this quilt are from Laguna Sunrise, which if you want to make this quilt now, that fabric will be shipping in September. So it's just around the corner. It'll be here very soon. And the one thing I did do was I took it to the quilter the other day, and I used my Dresden for the backing because I didn't have to piece it since it's 60 inches wide. Really excited about that. And then I also went with a Raspberry Summer binding. So, and I could have used one of these reds from Laguna Sunrise. There are actually, I think, 4 different reds that I could have used, but I was binding something else with this fabric and just went ahead and made all the binding the same. But really, really excited to get this finished. And I know a lot of you started that sew along and have finished your quilts, and I've seen them online, and they are just beautiful in every fabric combination. Okay, this one we did pop a picture up, but I don't believe it was quilted yet, the pictures. We did share this in the August block of the month video, but they were just pictures that I had taken before I dropped it off at the quilter. And my friend Vicky was able to quilt this for me and really love this. I really actually want to get it in the washing machine and get it all crinkly and ready to use. I was running low on my Dresden print, so I did use the Strawberry Lemonade print. And I did something kind of fun. I wanted the selvage to show on the backing where I pieced the seam with those cute little flowers. I thought that would be really fun. So anyway, this one is done. And just to clarify, there is a pattern with all the layouts for all of these blocks, and there are settings in 2 different sizes included in that pattern. And that pattern is for sale in my Etsy shop. But when I started working on this quilt, I actually put the layouts back up on my blog for free. And then I did a 3rd setting for free. So you do have to go, unless you pay for the pattern, the only way to get these for free is to go back to each of those 12 blog posts. But there's an archive page where it makes it really easy to do that. We'll link that. And then we'll also link where you can go to get this additional block that I used in between and the directions to put the whole quilt together. So there's a way to do this for free, and there's a way to just get it all in a pattern booklet. You can do either, just something that I wanted to do. Really glad I did this because I had so many leftover half square triangles from Strawberry Lemonade and from Laguna Sunrise, and I used probably 75% of my leftover half square triangles from those 2 collections in this quilt, and I mixed in a few from other collections. And then I was able to, add some Raspberry Summer. I did my setting posts from Raspberry Summer, and I did my border is Raspberry Summer, and my binding is Raspberry Summer. So wanted to show you that. There's one other thing I want to show you. This is actually, 2 things I want to show you. This, we also showed this on the podcast. This is a pincushion and thread catcher that Terry from Curry Bungalow made. I love her little Curry Bungalow labels that she puts on everything she makes. And her work is just incredible. She does sell the pattern for this if you want to make it yourself. She gives you all the directions, everything you need. I was super busy, and so I sent her the fabric and had her make this for me. This is actually a magnetic pin holder right there, so you can turn it upside down. Your pin won't fall, but love her pin cushions, love her patterns. And so I didn't make this, Terry did, but just really wanted to show it to you. Okay, last thing, I'm starting this hopefully today. I'm super excited. This is a pattern by my dear friend Christine, and I do not know if I can pronounce her last name, but she's Christine of Pretty by Hand, and we have been friends online since probably practically when I started blogging, and we've met in real life several times at Quilt Market, and she is just amazing. She actually helps some of my patterns she has done, and she also helps me with all of my printables. So she's just incredible. And then she makes the cutest patterns herself, and she's written books and designed fabric. And anyway, she has this stylish sewing caddy pattern that I have been wanting to make, and I decided that I'm going to make it out of our Raspberry Summer collection, and that way I'll have it for our booth at Quilt Market. So this is my next project. I'm kind of going to just drop everything and have fun sewing this, and I will be able to share it with you the next time we do a works in progress post or video or both. Okay, I think that's it. And again, it's kind of good to be back in the sewing groove. Everything will be linked in the description. Hope you enjoyed this and got some ideas maybe for your own sewing. Okay, so that's it for the August works in progress. As you saw, I have a lot of things that I've just finished up really recently, and things that are really close to getting finished, and some fun things that I'm actually getting ready to start for our booth for Quilt Market in October. We will have everything that I talked about today linked in the description below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please share it with a friend. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and like the video. Thanks so much for stopping by.